Today I have the honor of introducing my mentor, my teacher, my idea guru, Gerry Tabio, CEO of Creative Resources. You know, Gerry's had a profound influence on the success of many sales leaders, and I am just thrilled to welcome him to join us today. Hi, Gerry.
Hello, Paula, and thank you for the nice things you just said. I appreciate being with you.
So, Gerry, how do you think sponsorship marketing will change in the future? And what's one thing that you would encourage sponsorship sellers to be doing today to prepare for that?
Paula, anything that can be bought generically will be self-served. Think about that. Anything that I can buy generically, I'll just click, click, click and get it for myself. And I think what all media, all sponsorship, all rights holders, all event planners, everybody involved in the business of helping marketers is going to be facing a fork in the road, which is, do I want to go the generic route or do I want to go the custom route? And right now they are very close to each other, but as time goes by, what you're going to see is that the people that want to buy something generically, where they could just put their name on it and be done with it, they're going to buy it through a computer. And the people that really want something customized and they know they're going to pay for it, they're going to buy by talking to a human being who really can understand their business and help them customize it. So my advice to everybody who's viewing is make that decision. And if your decision is that you're actually going to get good at creating custom ideas for your clients, then take that route, but do it deliberately. Make the decision that you're going to get good at creating custom campaigns and custom events and custom sponsorships for your clients.
So that creative process for some sponsorship sales leaders can be challenging. So besides learning how to facilitate the creative problem-solving process, what other recommendations would you have that will help someone to create those customized ideas?
Well, I think what happens is that it is very easy for us to become enamored with our event or become enamored with our program. And so we prepare, very often, we prepare to get clients excited about what we want to talk about. And I think sometimes we forget, not always, but we forget, it's easy to forget that clients engage with us to accomplish a marketing objective. And I'm not sure that we always make that visible. I'm not sure that we always put that on a flip chart or on a whiteboard and say, guys, let's remember that this client is engaging with us to accomplish a marketing objective. Let's put it up on the board. Let's look at it together. Let's remember it because it will give us focus. So priority number one is ask yourself, engage with the client, collaborate. What is the marketing objective that is causing us to engage in this program together? That would be my number one advice. The second piece of advice that I would give them is, I think sometimes creative people need input. I like to talk about the fact that Stephen King, who is always on the bestseller list, reads voraciously. He doesn't stop reading. Why? Because he needs input. He needs ideas. Elton John is famous for the fact that he's a great creative writer. He knows how to write a song, but the other thing he does is he voraciously listens to music from all kinds of artists. He's very involved in that business. And so what I'm going to propose to you is that you should go out there throughout the world. I mean, there's magazines, there's publications, there are websites that you can look at where you can actually see what other people are doing and analyze it, look at it, kind of take it apart, deconstruct it so that you can see how the different parts are actually helping that client accomplish a marketing objective.
Yeah, that's great. So Gerry, tell us about persuasive campaigns and what that means to you.
Yeah. So I know that we all like to use the word idea because the word idea is very sexy. People like to sell with ideas. People like to come up with ideas, etc. But if you really think about it, what we have discovered in our business is that the word idea really has lost power. It has lost meaning because the word idea really is a notion. It's a concept. It's a thought. You know, you've been working all day with your spouse and you ask, what do you want to do for dinner? And she says, let's get a pizza. And you say, that's a good idea. But you know, we need more than ideas. What we need is something that can really work for a client. And so what we've discovered is that what clients really invest in are campaigns that will persuade. And if you think about it that way, if you can actually get yourself to consider that a marketing idea is much better expressed as a persuasive campaign, then when you go out into the world like we have and you start looking at the successful persuasive campaigns out there, you discover that they consistently have 3 ingredients. They always have a name, and that name gives that campaign cohesiveness and longevity. Think about campaigns like The Most Interesting Man in the World. Think about a campaign like You're Not You When You're Hungry from Snickers. Think about the Farmers campaign. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, the Can You Hear Me Now campaign is another wonderful example.
Yeah.
Think about how important it is for that campaign to have a name. So I recommend always give your campaign a name. It'll give it longevity and cohesiveness. Number 2, campaigns are delivered using communication tools, right? Sponsorships are one of those communication tools. And actually, even within a sponsorship, there's a number of assets that you include that are all used to get a message to a target consumer. And number 3 is that message. The message needs to be persuasive and the message needs to be consistent with the name of the campaign. So the first thing I would do when I'm putting together a program for a client is I'm going to recommend that you create a persuasive campaign with the 3 ingredients. And if the client already has one, let's say that you're going to sell a sponsorship to farmers. Be aware that they already have a persuasive campaign. Be aware that they have a campaign called We Know a Thing or Two Because We've Seen a Thing or Two.
Yeah.
That way brings me back to the very first point I made. When you customize whatever you're going to bring them, when you customize your offering, make sure that it's consistent with that campaign.
So, Gerry, I know that Creative Resources works with teams and individuals to help them become true marketing partners to their clients and also to their sponsors. And I'm just curious, can you share with us what you believe are some of the key attributes of a true marketing partner?
A marketing partner really understands your marketing. And I want you to think about how profound that is, because it's not just words. If my job is to understand your marketing, then I have to look at your company in its environment, in its competitive situation, and become familiar with what your company is attempting to do with its marketing without my help. Because your company is trying to do things, right? All companies are trying to overcome objectives. They're trying to take advantage of opportunities. And my event, my sponsorship is simply a part of that. So if you really want to become a marketing partner to your client, then your first assignment is, let me look at that business as if I worked there and not for myself. I need to pretend that I work there. Because if I work there, then I will see them in their competitive environment. I will see the challenges and opportunities that we are facing. And then I can look at my tools and decide, how do I make those relevant?
Yeah, that's wonderful. Well, Gerry, I would strongly recommend to anyone who's looking to ignite their revenue efforts during this time and into the future to reach out to Creative Resources, engage Gerry in a conversation. Thank you so much, Gerry, for sharing your expertise with us today.
Thank you, Paula, very much. It's great to see you.